Please complete. If you are watching this class as a video, remember, you have to follow all the instructions given. That means, if you are watching this video, you have to complete the task first, and only then you can see the answers. All right, 19 out of 32 of you have completed, 20 out of 32. So we are starting the discussion right now. Everybody get ready. We're going to start the discussion. Look at this, all of you. Paragraph number 1. The personal choice discussed in this paragraph refers to playing music at a high volume, not following traffic rules, not getting vaccinated, infringe on the rights of other people. The personal choice discussed in this paragraph refers to. Where did you find the personal choice in this one? In which area? Personal choice.
Third line, sir.
Third line. Yeah.
Third line.
Definitively that our personal choices affect everybody around us. Our personal choices affect everybody around us. Although you have a right to your own body, your choice to willfully be sick ends where another's right to be healthy begins. All right. So here the answer is what? Which is answer? Which may be the answer? Answer number
C.
Yeah.
C.
C is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Other answers are also kind of correct, but they are not directly related to this one. The main focus of this paragraph is about vaccination. People who are not getting vaccinated, although they are able to do that, they are willfully or they are intentionally avoiding getting vaccination. So here the point is not getting vaccinated is the right answer here. Sugandhi, there is some noise from your side. Okay. Now listen. If you have any kind of clarification required, you can ask me. I will tell you at the end of this class. I will tell you this one. We're going to the next one. Question number 2. According to the paragraph, what is not one of the obligations? Getting a vaccination, especially for the safety of other citizens. According to the paragraph, what is not one of the obligations? So if you think this is one of the obligations, then this answer will be eliminated. Getting a vaccination is especially, it is an obligation. So we cannot select it because the question is, what is not? N-O-T, not. Okay. Second one, getting a vaccination and being mindful about how loud music is played at one's own apartment is also an obligation. Getting a vaccination is also an obligation, and being mindful, being careful, being concerned about how loud music is played, even this is also mentioned here. Being careful with firearms in crowded places is also one of your obligations. So this also cannot be considered. Obeying traffic rules is also, actually it is, obeying traffic rules is also an obligation, but this is not mentioned in the paragraph. Can you find out that?
Sir, yes. Sir. No means.
No, sir.
Yeah,
No, sir.
this is the reason why we can select this as the correct answer. This will be the correct answer. Going to the third one. The third question is here. The paragraph underlines driving at a high speed can invite inadvertent consequences. Driving at a high speed can invite inadvertent.
Sir, we can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yes, sir. You can't hear.
Yes,
Nobody,
sir.
nobody can?
Yes, sir. Now.
Now can.
Okay,
can.
thank you. So how long you had this problem? For more than 1 minute?
Just a fraction of second.
Just
Okay.
second, sir.
Thank you.
Just now only.
Okay, thank you. Keep on telling. Whenever you have that issue, you have to remind. Otherwise, I will not be able to understand. Sometimes the network connections can be a problem. Okay, we are moving to the next one, the third one. The paragraph underlines. Underlines means mentions. Driving at a high speed can invite inadvertent consequences. Did you hear something about driving here?
Driving is there, but sir, there is not mentioned high speed.
High speed. Driving is slightly mentioned somewhere, but okay. Go into the second one. Drinking in a moving car is violation.
It's not mentioned.
Not mentioned.
Okay, even this is also drinking in a moving car is a violation. You never heard that. At the same time, if you are drinking and driving, if you are the driver and if you are drunk, that is a violation. But drinking in a moving car, for example, your friends are in your car and they are completely drunk, but the car is being driven by you and you are not drunk. So we cannot agree with that also. See, the coexistence of two rights that can be hazardous. The coexistence, that means existing together, of two rights, both of them are rights, that can be hazardous.
Not can, sir. That is hazardous.
Yes, D is the
So option D, sir.
The coexistence of two rights that are hazardous.
Option D.
The coexistence of two rights that are hazardous. Are you sure D is the correct answer?
I think.
Let me ask between C and D. How many of you support C? Please raise your hands. Supporters of C, please raise your hands. There seems to be 13 people who have agreed with the number C. 14 of you have agreed with the C. No, more than that, 17. Please do not agree or disagree based on some other people's or the majority's opinion. You should be having your own personal opinion. 17, good one. How many of you support the D, please? Others, please put your hands down. How many of you support D? The number is going down. 7 out of 6. Okay, definitely the answer is C. The reason is the coexistence of two rights that can be hazardous. That can be. What is the meaning of that can be? That can be, as I told you, the number of can starts from 6 out of 10. It can also go up to 10 out of 10. So can is a confusing word that has got different or varying degrees of, numbers. So the coexistence of two rights, which are the two rights the speaker is talking about here? Two rights. Which are the two? One is
alcohol and driving.
Yeah, even though consuming alcohol and driving are both legal, consuming alcohol is legal and driving is also legal. At the same time, they are not legal when performed together. Coexistence of two rights that can be hazardous. So when both of them are legal, driving and drinking are legal when they are practiced outside a car, or when they are practiced in the appropriate places and time, they are legal. So the coexistence of two rights that can be hazardous, and the D, the coexistence of two rights that are hazardous. See, that means according to the D, driving is also hazardous, drinking is also hazardous. No, that is the reason why majority of you agreed with the C, which is a correct answer. Is there anybody who wants me to explain that one? Because see, this is a logical sequence. That means you have to change your thinking pattern, only then you will be able to. Please ask me if that's not clear to you.
So coexistence means that together, no, sir. Option D also coexistence, two rights that are hazardous. In the passage also it's telling, no, sir, they are not legal when performed together. That means they are together perform means they are not legal. So option D is correct, no, sir.
No, Alfonso, no way. See, I think you need more explanation for that one because everybody thinks differently. So I'll explain that one. Okay. So here, there are two kinds of rights mentioned here. One is drinking alcohol. The other one is driving. Both of them are completely legal. the government gives you the sanction for doing driving is also okay and drinking is also okay. Now, the question is C and D. C says the coexistence of driving and drinking, that can be hazardous. So when driving and drinking comes together, that becomes hazardous. Okay, but D, the coexistence of two rights that are already hazardous. That means according to the D, it says that driving is also hazardous, drinking is also hazardous. C says when these two legal things come together, they become hazardous. So that is the reason why C is the correct answer. Alfonso, almost clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. No, we all commit mistakes. There's no problem at all. See, actually, you are really doing a great job. Like, because you are asking so many questions like this one, many people are getting benefit of that. They are all expecting, okay, Alfonso is going to ask a question. She's going to ask my question. So they are waiting for you. So actually, you're doing a good job. Very good. We have to move to the next one. We have to go to the next one. Fine. Actually, I framed these two questions to improve your vocabulary. And these kinds of words will also come in the OET examination, reading or listening. Okay. So the fourth one, this paragraph strikes a contrast. To strike a contrast means something opposite. Opposite. And strikes a match means creates a equality, an equality, some equal statement, something. Okay. Unveils means reveals. Unveils means reveals or exposes, or maybe shows. These words are there. Try to understand the word meaning. They are important. Unveils a new finding. Is it a new finding? Can we say that this is a new finding? Which one? Like the exact same reasoning applies to vaccination. There is no moral difference between a drunk driver. So this paragraph is all about what? The author or the writer is comparing a person who is recklessly or willfully or intentionally or knowingly he is avoiding getting vaccinated. That person is as dangerous as a person who drinks and drives. Okay, that's what this one says. So this paragraph is striking a contrast, opposite, striking a match, unveils a new finding. I cannot agree with this one because it is not a new finding. Everybody knows this one. Okay, unveils a constitutional error. Where is the constitutional error? The constitution is not responsible for this one. We cannot find fault with the constitution here. The law is very clear about that. So now we have got two others, A or B. How many of you support A? Please raise your hands. Those who support A, please raise your hand. Is a writer striking a contrast or is a writer making a comparison in which both of them are kind of compared to equality? There is an equality here. Okay, so there are 7 of you who have thought that it is 8 of you who have thought that this is showing an opposite thing. Actually, you can see that the author or the writer is making a comparison between, comparison means an equality, showing an equality between a person who is drinking and driving is as dangerous as a person who willfully avoids getting vaccinated. So I think everybody understood the answer. What is the right answer then? How many of you completely agree with the B? Please raise your hand.
Sir.
Yeah,
I agree, sir.
B is the correct answer. Okay, so please, I am conducting this class, and even at 9:15 also we have a class. So please, everybody is failing in reading and listening. Everybody is failing in reading and listening. See, nobody fails in writing and speaking. And there was a time, anybody knows? I mean, Alfonso, I think you came very late. Okay, there was a time last year. Till that time, failure was not in reading and listening. It was in writing and speaking. Mostly people failed in that. Then seeing that everybody is passing in writing, OET started making the reading and listening very tough. Actually, OET should not do that. OET is really doing something bad. I don't agree with OET here because you don't have to learn such high level of English when you go to work in a hospital in Australia. You don't even speak at all in the hospital. OET is really doing very bad. Okay, so they are making reading and listening very tough. But of course, many people pass too. Many people pass. So the only way to improve your reading and listening is mention practice, and the third time also mention practice. Do as many mention practice as possible. If you take interest in this one, only then I'll be also motivated. Nobody motivates me. Okay, very few people motivate me. If anybody asks, so please make more, mention practice materials, we'll be very happy. If anybody says, I'll be so happy to make it. I won't even sleep at night if anybody says that way, but nobody says. Probably you think it is a burden for me. No, if you are ready to study, oh my God, I'm so happy to teach. Okay, so mention practice, transcription, mention practice, transcription. And this kind of classes also will help you. All right, okay, fine. We can discuss that later. So the correct answer will be, this one will be the correct answer. Strikes a match. That means a similarity is projected here with by comparing the two kinds of people. The one, drunken drivers, they are as dangerous as the one who willfully unvaccinates, willfully avoids getting vaccinated. So this is a correct answer for that. I hope you understand that. Okay, then the fifth one, a willfully unvaccinated person is a naysayer. Naysayer is another word for pessimist. And a pessimist, you know what is the meaning of a pessimist? One who thinks in negative things. You may see some people like pessimists. A pessimist will always say, I will not pass this time also. Why? I don't know. I will not pass this time also. Okay. These people will never think positively. Okay. See, I wrote OET this time and I think I will never pass an OET. Why? Because it is very difficult. Nobody is passing. And how many times did you write? It was my first time. See, after the first examination, that person says, OET is difficult. No. If you have started preparation for OET, remember, if you have written once, you should be ready to write 5 times. Okay, I used to tell everybody in the last year, what is the cost of one OET examination? 34,000. If you write for 5 times, what will be the cost of that? If you write continuously for 5 times, that will be almost equal to 1.5 lakhs. Okay, or maybe something like, I don't know how to say that in millions. Okay, so that will be a small amount. That is less than 2 lakhs. And 2 lakhs is your first salary in the UK. So even if you write 7 times or maybe 6 times, if you pass between the 1 to 6 times, your first salary will not be equal to this one. That means this amount will be lower than your first salary. And suppose you are a 30-year-old person, you are going to get hundreds of salaries. And are you worried about just one salary? See how silly people are. Okay, I think that is motivating you, I think. Okay, fine. So come on, if you have written once or twice or thrice, you have not written many times. You have 5 times or 6 times. Keep on writing. OET knows this one. OET knows that everybody is aware of that. And they will come back to OET every time. Julie, for example, Julie wrote OET exam and she failed. In everything, she passed, but in listening, she got lost. So Julie will come back after 3 months or 2 months, or maybe on the next day, she will come back. So failure in OET does not mean that you are having a poor brain. Failure only means OET wants more money. OET wants you to write more times and give them more money. Plus, that is only 10%. Plus, OET wants you to become really capable of, expressing yourself in English perfectly. Only 10% chances are that OET is making money, and the remaining is your mistake, your own fault, our own fault. Let's call it our own fault. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Okay, actually, I made a mistake in this one. The 6th question is an incorrect question. I noticed only while we were doing that. Did you notice that? Did anybody find something wrong with this one?
Sir, what is the answer of 5th one?
Which one? 5th one. Okay, sorry. Okay. My God, sorry. Okay. A naysayer, a pessimist. Okay, we went away from pessimism. Okay. An optimist and an offender. A willful willfully unvaccinated person is an offender is the correct answer. Because naysayer is equal to pessimist, and there is nothing connected to pessimism and naysayerism. And an optimist is also a person who is highly positive minded person. So these are not mentioned anywhere. These are not mentioned anywhere. So this one, B, is the correct answer. Because he is offending something. He is just as an offender as the one who drinks and drives. He is also doing an offense in the society. Offender means the one who does an offense, a crime in the society. I think many of you got this one. How many of you said B is the right answer for the number 5? How many of you, please?
Myself, sir.
Very good. Most of you, I think more than 12. Yes, very good one. So that is the correct answer. So we are moving to the next one. This question, the 6th one, is not a correct one, because who among is not vulnerable? Children below 12 months are not vulnerable. Can we say? Children below 12
Under 12.
are they vulnerable?
12 months means 0. 12 months, below 12 months means 0 age. 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. Yeah.
According to this
Below 1
paragraph
year.
question, A is the right answer, sir.
Children below 12 months are not vulnerable. You mean to say that they are not
They
vulnerable?
are vulnerable, no, sir.
They are-
they are vulnerable.
They are vulnerable. Yes.
Yeah, they are
Saying
vulnerable,
that
sir.
Because they cannot be.
These vulnerable people means
Mhm.
those who mentioned above. Above, there are some of the immunocompromised people, cancer patients, children below 12 months. They are all vulnerable patients, sir.
So these people are vulnerable. See, whenever you see a question with a not, remember, it is really going to give you a bad time. Whenever a question comes with a not, you have to select all the correct answers. Okay, 12 months people, are they vulnerable?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
they are vulnerable.
yes, sir.
Immune compressed people, are they vulnerable?
Yes,
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cancer patients are also vulnerable because they cannot be vaccinated. There is no use of vaccinating them. Those who consciously keep away from vaccination. So actually, what my mistake was, I thought this is the correct answer because, okay, this is what I thought. But even those people who consciously keep away from vaccination,
They are also vulnerable, no,
Yes.
sir.
Correct, completely correct. This is the reason why I said this question is completely wrong. So I am removing this question from this list of these questions. Okay, so you try to understand. All of them are vulnerable people. So whenever you have a question with a not, remember, whenever there is a question with a not, what you have to do is find out yes questions. Find out all the correct answers. So this one is correct answer. This one is correct answer. This one is also correct answer. And this one should not be correct answer, but this is also by mistake. By my mistake, it is a correct answer. So I'm not going to count this one. Okay. All right. Now we have the 7th one. Let's look at the 7th one. According to paragraph number 4, those who willfully avoid getting vaccinated are children. Those who willfully avoid getting vaccinated are immune suppressed people. Those who willfully avoid getting vaccinated are cancer patients. Those who willfully avoid getting vaccinated are selfish and reckless. Which one is correct?
Actually, the D is correct, sir, but it is mentioned in the paragraph 3, sir.
Okay, that's the reason why you told.
C is correct, sir. C.
C is the correct one.
Yes, sir. Because B, it seems to be correct, but here in the
Yeah,
here
come on.
it's mentioned in B that vaccinated are immune suppressed, and in the paragraph there is immune compromised.
Okay, immune compromised and immune suppressed.
That's why I have chosen C.
Immune suppressed and compromised are the same kind of people?
Yes, both are same.
Same.
The same, sir.
Yeah, both are same. Yeah. Immune suppressed and compromised are same kind of people only. Okay. So then why did you say that this is from This is taken from paragraph number 3.
No, that is
Because of the
from the,
last option, sir.
but the option D is taken from the paragraph
Okay,
3, no, sir.
fine. Yeah, you're completely right. Okay. So according to paragraph number 4, so this one, the D is taken from selfish and reckless. Yeah, I'm coming to that. I'm really coming to that. When I created this question, I also noticed the same thing. This is not taken from paragraph number 4. It is from this one. Where is it? It is from which one? Yeah, recklessly. And so the question is, according to paragraph number 4, so these are all incorrect. And then this will be the only correct answer. So now, if a similar situation comes, how will you deal with this one? You notice that this is not from the same paragraph. So can you find any solution for this one? Can you think this to be correct in any way? Indirectly? Indirectly, can you agree with this answer?
Yeah, it is mentioned in the paragraph 3 exactly, sir.
But okay, but we are looking at paragraph number 4. According to paragraph number 4 is very clearly
That's
mentioned.
what only confusion, whether we have to choose exactly from the paragraph 4 or we can go back to paragraph 3. We don't
No,
know,
we
sir.
cannot go back to any, other than the 4th paragraph. We have to find out. So
Given
what
paragraph.
in such a case, what will you do? In such a situation, if you are writing this examination, you very clearly know that these 3 answers are 100% incorrect. At the same time, this answer is 100% correct, but not according to this paragraph. So at least this answer is correct. Although it is not from paragraph number 4, it is from paragraph number 3, then this can be a little bit correct. So I'm giving 10% correctness for this one. Again, there is something else I can show you. Okay, even this can also be. Now look at this one. Those who willfully avoid getting vaccinated are children. Are children selfish and reckless?
No.
Are
No, no.
immune suppressed people necessarily selfish and reckless people? Not necessary. There is no mention. Okay, so even that is also not mentioned here. Now, those who willfully avoid getting vaccinated and are cancer patients. Are cancer patients selfish and reckless? A person who is having cancer, definitely when he knows the reality of life, he can no more be selfish and reckless. Anyway, these are not mentioned in this one. These are not mentioned directly, but there is a 10% correctness for this one. So that is the reason I will go for. This is my personal choice. You can also make your own personal choice. This will be the only correct answer, although this cannot be completely validated. How many of you wrote D as the correct one? Will you please raise your hands? How many of you thought D as the correct answer? Yeah, majority of you thought. Remember, this is a very rare case. This is incorrect answer. But when you compare with A, B, and C, this is better than others. So we can write this way. All right. Okay. So we have to go to the next one. I think you are tired. Everybody tired?
No, sir.
No,
I'll show you.
no,
I'll
sir.
show you one answer. Look at this one. This is the answer to the last question. This one, number 9. Sorry, which number it is? Yeah, question number 9 is this one. This is answer. Please check whether your answer is correct or incorrect. And if anybody got completely, please raise your hands. If you wrote in a more meaningful or different way, please read it out. If you want, you can read it out.
Sir, I wrote it wrong, but I didn't understand you are not to red meat. I didn't understand that sentence. That's why I couldn't write it correctly.
Oh my God, you are not to eat. There's a word missing. Not to eat is there. Okay, I'm sorry.
It was
Oh,
there.
It was there in the
It
other
was
one.
there, sir.
All right. Okay, it's my mistake partially. Okay, fine. How many of you wrote this way? Almost this way, please.
Sir, I
Mm-hmm.
write this way. Shall I read?
Yeah, please read. Yeah.
Mr. Lissy, I'm glad you are feeling perfectly all right. However, your doctor has advised that you are not to eat red meat or any fatty food. Most importantly, you should be more careful to avoid the recurrence of the condition until I told you to resume. Is that clear to you?
There is some sense there. I understand. There is a sense. There is a sense in that. Nobody can say you're wrong. Okay, but you missed some of the words, right? I think you did not write. You did not use all the words.
However, I use, sir.
Yeah, fine. However, okay. Anybody else wrote in a different way, please?
I wrote the same exact.
Sir, in question it's not written last night.
Last night is not written in the questions are actually.
Sir, it's not written.
Okay, your doctor has advised that you are feeling perfectly all right. However, your doctor has advised that you should be more careful to avoid the recurrence of the condition you had last night. Okay, condition. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Okay, condition. Yeah. Now tell me. How many of you wrote almost exactly?
I wrote same.
Same. Okay, very good. Anybody else wants to say? Anybody else wants to say? Any clarification?
Can I?
Yeah, please, Alfia.
Sir, I wrote like this. Mr. Lissy, I'm glad to see that you're feeling perfectly all right. However, you should be more careful to avoid the recurrence of the condition. Most importantly, your doctor has advised that you are not to eat red meat or any fatty food until told to resume. Is that
Oh,
clear to you?
God. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Because perfectly, you have framed the sentence perfectly without losing any single word. See, that is it. I thought in one way and you thought in a different way, and the sentence is completely fine. So this gives you a message. So, like, whenever you have a problem in speaking, you don't have to stop there. You can continue in different ways. Okay, that's a good one. Very good. And now we have to look at the question number 8. I'm not going to write it here. I want somebody to read it out. Please, can somebody please read it? I'll give chance for three of you. Okay.
Yes, sir, I want.
Yeah, please read.
Mr. Lissy was admitted on 3rd May 2023 with the complaints of chest pain, excessive sweating, shortness of breath, high blood pressure. He took meal at 7 p.m. yesterday. After that, while sleeping, he had started coughing and wheezing and woke up at 9:50 p.m. When inhaler was provided, his condition normalized after 3 hours. Although he felt better to some extent, he was uneasy and unwell throughout the night.
So where is it mentioned he was admitted?
First line only, sir. Mr. Lissy was admitted on 3rd May 2023 with the
Patient.
complaint.
The patient has
It's only today's date, sir, not admission date.
the patient has been transferred to the hospital where the doctor works. And you are writing to your doctor, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're writing the letter to the doctor. And where is the patient? Patient is on the way.
Patient already transferred, sir, from the aged care.
Fine, transfer is done, but there's no mention that the patient reached the destination or not. Okay, probably the patient is on the way because only 10 minutes are over.
Sir, actually it is second paragraph. So first paragraph, actually we are mentioned. So that's why I didn't mention anything in second paragraph.
Okay, fine. There is some sense in that, but still the patient is not mentioned. The patient is on the way to the emergency hospital where this doctor is working, and the patient has already been transferred, and you are writing the letter. You were in charge of this patient when the patient was in this old age home, aged care home. Okay, so the patient was, it's not like you are writing from one hospital to the other hospital. The patient is, bedridden, or the patient is a resident of an aged care facility. So in this case, can somebody else give a better idea?
Sir, can I read, sir?
Yeah, please try. Okay, please try.
Under our care at aged care home on 2nd May 2023, Mr. Lissy developed coughing and wheezing. His condition was managed with the inhaler for 3 hours. However, he experienced uneasy and unwell throughout the night, which led to chest pain along with excessive sweating, shortness of breath, and elevated blood pressure, and was transferred at 5:50 p.m.
PM or AM? Oh my God, PM transfer. Oh my God, I am making so many
I
mistakes.
don't know this because
Yeah,
it is
PM,
given
PM.
by
PM, yeah.
PM. Yeah.
There is a, yeah, the timing has a problem. I think I committed some mistake here. Went to bed at 8 p.m. and then 9:50 p.m. Okay, then yeah, there is a problem with the timing also. Anyway, yeah, there is a timing issue also here. Alfonso, you wrote almost well. I mean, except the timing, which was my mistake, you almost presented everything. The reason why your answer was better than Aditi's. Aditi, it was yours first, right? Yes,
Yes, sir.
the comparison is we have to start this way. Under our care is to be the starting point because the patient is not moving from one hospital to another hospital. The patient is moving from one aged care home to the hospital. So we have to always start under our care for the last 3 months or 2 months. Mr. Lucci, developed this condition at this time following the meal last night, and then he had this problem, and just like Alfonso and of course Aditi also said something like in between. Only the starting point of Aditi was not correct. Otherwise, it was also almost okay. Is there a third person to read this?
Can I read, sir?
Yeah, please, Lindsay, please go on.
Under our care for the last 8 years, Mr. What the name? Luca Lissi. Yesterday, she was complained cough and wheezing. After the inhalation, he became normal. However, today morning his condition was worsened and complained chest pain, excessive sweat, shortness of breath, as well as high BP, and was transferred today at 5:30 p.m.
Yeah, fine. Okay, the timing problem is my mistake. Okay. Okay, fine. You also said something correctly, almost okay, but the starting should be really under our care should be there. But since what age? Like today's date, 2015. Okay, fine. 2015, and the calculation is also good. Although there were some kind of grammatical mistakes, like I forgot the grammatical mistakes here. Otherwise, it was okay. You are a beginner, no problem. Okay. Anybody else wants to speak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Under our old age home, since March 2015, Mr. Liss started to experience coughing and wheezing at 9:50 p.m.
Last night.
Okay. It was provided. He was uneasy and unwell throughout the night.
Although inhaler was provided, he still remained unwell and okay, fine. Then
at 4 a.m. onwards, he experienced chest pain, excessive sweating, shortness of breath, and blood pressure was deranged, and he was transferred at 5:50 p.m.
He was transferred at 5. Okay, that is a time problem which I committed. Okay, although there were some kind of grammatical issues, still it is okay. You are also reaching a 320 level, and all of you who read here, you all have something like a 320, 330, 340. That level you all have. Anybody else wants to read?
Sir,
yeah, please. Tripti, yeah,
can I give my, like, I have written in a little different way.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I just start. Mr. What's the patient's name?
It is Lichi, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Lichi was under our care in the aged care home since 5 years. He had been on the 2nd of May, he had meal 7 p.m. and he went to bed around 8:30 p.m. He woke up with coughing and sneezing around 9:50 p.m. That time the inhaler was provided and the condition was normal, but he was uneasy and unwell throughout the night. His health status started deteriorating around 4 a.m. He started the chest pain, excessive sweating, shortness of breath, high blood pressure. So the patient was immediately transferred by 5:50 a.m.
Good one. Tripti, you are almost new. Are you from an English medium school?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, because you know how to control the language. The language is almost in your complete control. You are very confident about it. See, every other members, I am trying to tell you the same thing. I am also trying to make you English medium school students. Okay, so please, you have to cooperate with me. The only thing is, whenever you think about writing the examination, I mean, booking the examination, please make sure that you get a high score in all the 5 modules that we do, including grammar. Only then you can think about booking the examination. Okay, that's a very important one. So that's enough for today. And I think we have discussed all the answers, all of them done. All right. Okay, so we are winding up. So
Sir, could you repeat the starting of sentence?
Once again, Diana, what was that?
Sir, we can start the name of the person first, sir. Miss Lissy under our care since March 2015.
Oh, yeah, that's also okay. That's also fine. Mr. Lichi, under our care. That's also okay. But the best one is under our care. Yeah, that is the best one. Okay.
Okay.
So I think while speaking this answer, the previous one, that is, I forgot her name. I was just talking to the other person. Who was that? Sorry. Yeah.
Sir, yes.
Yeah, Tripti. Yeah, Tripti. I think you used since. Since I think you used the since in the incorrect way. I think okay, no problem. We will be discussing that later. But while I was talking to the previous person who was speaking in between, somebody asked a question.
Yes, sir. I want to.
Sharu and Aditi. Okay, Sharu, please speak.
Sir, could you please write that first 2 lines, sir? It's under our care. That
Under our
I
care.
want to know how to proper. Yeah.
Under our care since 2000. What is it? 2015. Since 2015, Mr. Lichi. Okay, Lichi developed. Yeah, symptoms suggestive of. So if you say suggestive of what? These symptoms are suggestive of something. Can you say which one is it? Is it a stroke something? Can we say it is a stroke or infarction?
Kind of infarction.
Myocardial infarction.
Yeah, suggestive
Yes,
of.
MI.
Yeah.
It's myocardial infarction.
Sorry. Following his meal. At the time also can be given here. At what time? At what was the time of the meal? 7?
7
Yeah,
p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah. 7 p.m. 7 p.m. comma last night. You can write last night is not the correct one. So you have to say the exact date, 7 p.m. So what is the date exact? Like 2nd May. 2nd May 2023. Although this is last night, we can write last night. Okay. But most importantly, the exact date is mentioned important here. So after this one, after this, you have to say all the things just like it was said by Alfonso, Aditi, and others. Okay, Tripti, they all almost said the things very clearly. Tripti, your grammar is fine. You have complete control of your language, but it was a little lengthy. That means you have to compress them. You have to compress them rather than giving the complete story. You have to, like, for example, here, develop the symptoms suggestive of myocardial infarction means all of them. All of them are included here. Okay. Okay. In some other cases, you don't have to.
But if it is this symptoms was developed in the morning, that is not developed soon after the meal. It was not just followed by the meal. It was developed in the morning. It has developed in the morning.
What is the time? Okay, meal, went to bed, okay, at 8:30 p.m. Woke up coughing and wheezing at 9. Okay, at the same night, inhaler provide, coughing and wheezing. Okay, some of the symptoms already started at the same night. Condition normal for 3 hours. Okay, that means 9:50, 10:50, 11:50 and 12:50, midnight. Uneasy and unwell throughout night. 4 a.m. Okay, there is such a gap there, 4 a.m. But see, uneasy and unwell throughout the night is also kind of inhaler provided is also there. So this happened after the meal. Like, okay, although there is a long gap between the meal and the development of the conditions, still it is only what was the last action that she did? Taking the meal. Okay. Meal could be one of the reasons for that. Okay, anyway, I'm not connecting with the meal, but okay, it's just simply to give an indication that it was after the meal, because the doctor may be asking, did she have anything, like, was it because of I mean, not eating food, or was it because she ate a heavy food, whatever? That is the reason there. Okay, that's the reason I mentioned the meal there. Okay, the remaining part of the letter can be written just like Aditi and others have said. Okay, I don't remember the
Sir.
Yeah, Luby.
If it is not mentioned as myocardial infarction, can we predict?
I mean, it's like as a nurse, you have also got a lot of experience. Suggestive of, you have simply said suggestive of, you have not said that it was really myocardial infarction. It was only suggesting. Okay, or if you think that that is going to be judgmental, I mean, the word that you used is prediction, but that is actually judgmental. Okay, if you meant judgmental, yes, you are right. Judgments will not be always safe. So you can simply write like all the symptoms you can mention there. All those symptoms at this time. Okay, for which inhaler was provided at this time, she developed this one, her BP was high, something like that. Just a story where you can write, but writing in the judgmental way is a little risky one. But see, you can see that all these symptoms are chest pain, excessive sweating, shortness of breath, high BP, everything is related to this one. So therefore you can say, and at least you are safe because you wrote the word suggestive. Okay. I think, yeah, I think we're all tired. We need some break, and you'll have a class. I mean, you'll have a test today. That is at 8 o'clock, because I'm not able to continue any more class today. Completely drained. Okay. 9:15 you have a reading class, but this one, the 8 p.m. session, you have to complete one listening, which I'm going to share. I'll be sharing the link to that particular YouTube channel. Go to the same thing and complete it. You all have to do it today. Please, I tell you, you have to follow all our instructions completely. Okay. So anyway, see you then tomorrow. I'll share the link.
Sir, yesterday's answers.
Some of the answers are missing, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday's.
I will take some time for that. Please give me some time. Probably by tomorrow, I will definitely I'll give you the answers. Okay. Because to frame this question, I took almost the whole day was spent for this one. It takes a lot of time for me to present questions and all. All right. Okay. Anyway, so I will try to give you the answer by tomorrow. Okay. So please get ready for the 8 p.m. listening sample paper. You have to do, all of you have to do that. Okay. See you then. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Please add more mention practice.
Yeah, mention practice of listening.
No, read.
We had one. Yeah, no, not today. We'll be having it tomorrow. We'll be having it tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.